What's up guys, Boss here, and in today's video we're going to try to win a 12-win grand challenge starting from 0 wins going all the way to 12 using pump bow. So I don't know if I've ever made a video on Expo Elixir Collector before. It used to be meta a few years ago, a while back, but now it's been becoming kind of used again. It's a little bit of a trend right now. I've played against a few people using it, and you guys in the comments have asked me to do a video on it, so here we go. You notice it doesn't have the Tesla in it. Instead, it has the mini P.E.K.K.A. In my opinion, it would be very weird having the Tesla in this deck when you already have two buildings, the Expo and the Collector, so the mini P.E.K.K.A. makes it so that way you don't have an awkward cycle with three buildings, and mini P.E.K.K.A. is a very good DPS card against tanks. And then you got two spirits in the deck, which are just very helpful to keep your cycle cheap, and then you have the skeletons as well. So before we do head in the first game, if you guys would like to support me, as always, you can use my creator code BOSS in any Supercell game. Do appreciate that from you guys. And I also want to let you guys know we made it to I made it to 8,000 trophies. We're 28th in the world right now, so doing really well on ladder. I kind of wish I recorded those ladder games because it would have been a really good video, but unfortunately I was streaming and I kind of, forgot to record. I probably should have, but this should still be a really good video. I'll see you guys when we find the first game. Alright guys, so we found our first match here against Marlon. So we'll go ahead and give him the good luck, and I guess we can just go Fire Spirit at the bridge. And also, yeah, I forgot, well, I forgot if I mentioned that, I guess I didn't, this deck, I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's like OP or broken, but because there were so many comments, asking me to do a video on this, and I think it's just, I agree with it being a fun deck to play. It's definitely one I wanted to make a video on. I think you can have success with it. I mean, you see all the time people have success with off-meta decks, but I think, it's not bad, when it catches your opponent off guard too, just because people don't typically expect Elixir Collector and Expo in the same deck, so you have that surprise factor going for you, and on mid-ladder especially, it probably would work out. So I don't know what he's going to do in response to this pump. I mean, if he's not going to... Alright, I was just going to say, if he's not going to do anything, I'll Expo, but right when I did that, he decided to drop his Valkyrie and Ewiz, so that was interesting. So we're going to get, I think, a lock here, because he's pretty low on Elixir, so this is really solid. I might even get a... Oh, wow, mini P.E.K.K.A. got a shot. So we'll go Queen. If you don't have Queen, you can just use Musk if, you're wanting to push ladder. But for grand challenges, you have every card, but some people, want to know, like, if they were to try it on ladder, what the best replacement is. So just Musk for sure, no doubt. We'll just go Collector here. And yeah, this is looking like a pretty easy game one. I mean, this guy might have just given up. He might as well give up at this point if I were him. I don't think he's going to come back from this unless a miracle happens or like I lose connection. So yeah, easy peasy game one. No problem there. He didn't even have an answer to the Elixir Collector, and that's oftentimes how you're going to win games, right? Because people don't run as much Earthquake anymore after the Earthquake emergency nerf. As you know, it doesn't do as much damage to towers, even though it's really good against buildings still, there's less people using it in general, so almost against every single spell you're against, you're going to be getting value with your Elixir Collector. Alright, I'll see you guys when we find the second game. Alright, here we go. I actually found it immediately after I said that, it only took like 1 second, so we'll just go Fire Spirit here at the bridge and see what he wants to do. He's just going to go Dark Prince. So we'll go ahead and Queen, and maybe, okay, so mini P.E.K.K.A., and this is exactly why mini P.E.K.K.A. is a solid card in this deck, because I feel like Tesla wouldn't have been able to do what the mini P.E.K.K.A. did right there. It's just so solid against, tanks, Goblin Giants, which you just saw, Golems, RGs, so good against, whereas the Tesla struggles a little bit. I mean, it still could get the job done, but I think the mini P.E.K.K.A. just does a better job of that, if that makes sense. Skeleton's just in case, because that mini P.E.K.K.A. was getting a little, awfully close to the tower, and I just wanted to be sure, so we'll go Collector here. Actually, I should have played it in the back, but it probably doesn't really matter too much, like, at the end of the day, but it might have been a little better to do. I'm just going to log this back, and then we're going to go for an Electro Spirit here, and then that should be fine. I don't think it's going to get a hit. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, so I'm gonna Expo because he... Okay, that's perfect timing, so now I don't even know what he's gonna do. He might even just sack the tower and go all in on the right. Ooh, that's interesting as well. So Queen's gonna be good here because it's going to take out the Sparky and then help against the Goblin Giant. So that was really, really solid usage there of that Queen. Just go Fire Spirit here. Ooh, we might be able to use the ability again. That would be really clutch if that's the case. Let's go. Yeah, that's really clutch. Go Collector here. And yeah, this game's already looking really solid. Guess we could probably Expo at 10 at this point, especially because he just went Dark Prince, so he's probably going to Goblin Giant this Expo. I knew he would do that because he didn't have his Sparky back in rotation yet, so we're just going to go like this. Fire Spirit to distract, and maybe we get an Expo lock, even if not that mini P.E.K.K.A. Ooh, he just ignored. Okay. So yeah, this is probably going to be GG. We can just go for a defensive Expo here. Mini P.E.K.K.A. Maybe he just forgets about his King Tower and we 3-crown him. I don't know. Might actually happen. Nah, Queen's not going to be enough, so just settle for the 1 crown. Alright, it's going to be GG. Probably not too hard, Sparky, in general. I think Expo has a pretty nice matchup against it. Most variants, that is. Even without the Fireball or, like, Expo Rocket, it really should never be a problem just because it's so easy for you to use your, you know, cheap cards to distract the Sparkies, and, yeah, your mini P.E.K.K.A. too, very good against the... Oh, yeah, an Electro Spirit especially, just great counter to the Sparky. Alright, in our next match here... So we could just go ahead and start with Fire Spirit at the bridge. Why not? He's going to log. Okay. I'm going to Collector. I have mini P.E.K.K.A. in cycle, so if he tries to punish me, I'm not too worried. Poison log. I don't know what this is, because typically when someone has poison, most of the time at least, it means that they have Graveyard, but maybe he's running Mortar, something along those lines. That would make sense. I'm going to Expo here, opposite lane of the Mighty Miner, because Mighty Miner's a really good tank. I think he might have... Yep, he just misclicked the Ice Golem. I was going to say I thought he played that too low, and sure enough, he did. I'm going to log. That's going to push back the Hog, so it only gets 1 shot. It probably would have gotten 2 if I didn't log. So Queen will take out this Musk, and oh my gosh, what's with this guy misclicking the Ice Golems? That's the second time he played the Ice Golem too low. Like, just, what are you doing? I don't know, that's just funny. To me, it's just really funny. I don't know about you guys, but because I'm not really someone who does that. I make mistakes, but I never usually make the same mistake 2 times in a row. And it's like if you do, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, you know, I just have to laugh. It's kind of funny at that point. Because it's like, I really feel like this game is like all about, you know, learning from your, you know, mistakes. Most of the time, anyway. To be fair, I probably have had my fair share of games where that's happened, but it's still rare. I guess that's the point I'm making. Anyway, we'll just go Queen here, Fire Spirit. And, yeah, I guess we can just go for the 2 crown. I mean, even though we don't really need to, I mean, I feel like I'm going to just get bored if I don't, because I know there's, like, no way he's going to win with this lead, so might as well just try to take another tower. I guess we just mini P.E.K.K.A. this Musk. Okay, that Hog. So, yeah, see, this is another type of... This would be a matchup where it's probably ideal to have a Tesla instead of the mini P.E.K.K.A. But when you're against a deck... If you're against a deck that has Lightning or Earthquake, yeah, you better believe you're going to want to have mini P.E.K.K.A. So, it's just... It really depends on... I feel like the matchup you're getting. And Lava, too, you probably would want to have Tesla, but it's like any ground deck, you really want to have mini P.E.K.K.A. Like RG, you know, Golem. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and mini P.E.K.K.A. and that's going to be GG. Not too bad. We had that incredible start, thanks to him misclicking 2 Ice Golems. I'll take it. 3-0, so a fourth of the way there. Alright, in our next one here, this guy's name kind of looks like Oyasu, except instead of Oyasu, it's Harusu. Like, what? I feel like that's a spin-off of his name, you know, I feel like it has to be. So, I'm just gonna collector. Let me know, do you guys put your collector in the middle, typically? Or... Okay, nice, we caught the miner. Sometimes people will play the miner there, but it's usually rare because if you ignore it, it gets a king activation, but sometimes people do it anyway. Alright, so I am most definitely going to expo because he just used... Okay, so... that queen was an overcommitment. I don't know what I was thinking there. This guy's got a really, really cheap deck. I don't even know if he has a big spell. Everything in this guy's deck is so cheap, it's weird. I'm going to collector here. His miner's out of hand. If he fireballs this, we're going to go in with an expo, probably. Yes, this was not an ideal start to the game, but we can most definitely come back. I think I'm going to expo here, and then we're going to go mini P.E.K.K.A. to try to predict something. That wasn't exactly what I wanted to predict, but, you know, I guess it's fine. Okay, I think instead of logging that Dark Goblin, it's better for me to collector here, because he already dealt so much damage in the right lane that I feel like it doesn't make sense to over-defend something in the left. And now, this is really solid. I think we're going to be able to overwhelm him. We have 2 collectors down, and he didn't even... Okay, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He is in a lot of trouble right now. We can just ignore those wall breakers. We can go for another expo in the other lane, and yeah, this is GG. I'm sorry, there's no way that you're defending this, buddy. Yeah, this is, yeah, this is about to get really brutal for him. So yeah, 2 expos. In case that's not enough, let's get down to 3rd. Yeah. Yeah, 3 expos. It's like your worst nightmare, but it's actually a reality. Somehow, some way, he actually defended. I have to say, I'm actually kind of surprised. How did he defend the 3 expos? He somehow stayed alive. Eventually we got him, but that was, you know, I respect that defense. So, he held on for a while. Alright. 4-0. So far, so good. But things are definitely going to get harder as we get deeper in this Grand Challenge, especially since, you know, this isn't... I don't think this is some, like, OP deck. It's viable if played well, but it's definitely not, like, one of the best decks in the game. So I do hope you guys were, you know, wanting to see Expo Pump, because it seemed to be a trending or, like, fan-favorite deck at the moment. So we'll just go ahead and pop our Queen ability. He's going to Valk. Okay, so we already know that... Okay, Mortar's a little annoying, especially when I cycled my only counter to it, the Queen. So we can just go Skeletons to distract. And that Mortar is taken care of, so that's great. And I'm going to wait to go for my Collector, because I have to deal with this Musk first. And this is actually perfect, so he just decided to use his miner, so we can go ahead and Collector. Okay, so he's got Snowball. Yeah, definitely going to go Collector here. He might go Mortar. Let's see what he does. Or he might Fireball or Poison the pump, depending on... Ooh, we don't catch it. So see, that's what I was talking about. That's a really good miner placement. I actually do that a lot too when I use the miner and I'm against Collector, because people don't typically expect you to play it there. So that was nicely done on his end. We'll go Fire Spirit here. I'm gonna just queen, I think, and then I might get ready to... And actually, I just realized since he's using Miner, I probably should play my Collector in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that this time around. I think it's the smarter play. So we'll go ahead and Expo here. We gotta try to get something going since we took some damage. Ooh, perfect Electro Spirit, actually. Kind of a questionable Mortar. I don't know if that was a very good play. Maybe time to Expo in this lane, because we have the Queen down, and he has to... Okay, he's probably going to go Bats now, because I just used my... Okay, this is great. Really solid damage. I'm going to just Queen. We don't need to, Yeah, I feel like we got this. Like, we pretty much won no matter what in this position. Because I don't even know if he has a larger spell. Like, he hasn't even used it yet, if he does. For whatever reason. I feel like if he has a poison or, like, a fireball, he most definitely would have used it by now. At least that's what you would expect. But for some reason, he might just straight up not have one. I don't know. And there we go. That was the Expo lock we needed. I guess he didn't expect that mini P.E.K.K.A. to, you know, deal as much damage as it did to the Valk. It does a lot of damage. I mean, it's no joke. So we have a couple options here. We could just cycle 3 logs, or we could try to get another Expo connection, but chances are... wait, actually, we just need one more log, maybe? I don't know. I actually don't know how much a log does on tourney standard. I feel like I should. Yeah, I should have known that was enough. It probably does, like, is it 91? I can't remember, but... Alright, 5-0. Actually, I'm going to take a look real quick. Did that guy have a big spell? No, he didn't. Okay, so that makes sense, because I was going to say, if he had a poison or a fireball, he was kind of dumb not to use it, and sure enough, he didn't, so that makes sense. Alright, we're against Simcast here. If we win this, we are officially halfway through the Grand Challenge, so kind of a good, I guess kind of an important match. Good, like, landmark. I don't know. I don't know what word I'm trying to think of, but... Okay, so not an amazing start to the game, but this is definitely a great time to go for an Elixir Collector with his Miner and Rocket being out of cycle. No doubt about that. So he's probably using that Miner control deck with Inferno, which I think is probably a matchup that could go either way, although Rocket is most definitely one of the best cards against Expo in general, because of the Rocket cycle aspect at the end, and then just the fact that... So we have to try to Collector to bait out the Rockets from him. So, like, right here we get a +1 trade, which is really good. And it's going to be hard to get an Expo lock in single, because I feel like if I Expo, he can just go Inferno and Dark Prince and defend it. But I feel like I have to do it at this point. So yeah, he goes Inferno. I predict that, which is great. Great Electro Spirit as well. That's actually huge. I maybe should have gone... I should have logged that. I don't know why I didn't. I would have gotten a huge connection, I think. But I'm going to Collector, I mean. I was just about to say Expo. If he Rockets this, I'm going to go very aggressive in the right lane. I doubt he will. Yeah, he won't. That was smart on his end, because he knew that... Well, that Miner was kind of questionable. I don't know about that play. Cool, we could collect her. I'm gonna Expo here. This guy, I mean, he's actually playing quite well, to be honest. It's most definitely not, like, an easy matchup, but he's doing what he has to. So I can't really complain in that sense. Although this might be huge for us here, potentially. Ooh, that is a big-time lock. Nice. That could be a game-winning Expo connection. Probably is, to be honest. Because we took the lead, we have the Elixir advantage, he just went Rocket. So definitely going to go Expo here. We're going to mini P.E.K.K.A again. And we get another lock. That should seal it, I think. Yeah, that should be it. Nice. Could even Expo over here so he can't get log chip on top of this one. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage we just got. Wow. I feel like opponents sometimes choke in triple elixir. And so some of you guys ask me, sometimes I get asked like all the time, well, quite often a question I get asked is like, what separates the best players from, you know, like the players who aren't as good? And I always say, or I'm always reminded whenever I have these games where I feel like the opponent just chokes or just makes a lot of mistakes in triple elixir, because triple elixir is probably the most skillful elixir, because there's so much more going on. You need to have a faster reaction time, and you've, you know, just less time to think about what you're going to do, and that kind of showcased it. He was doing fine up until triple elixir. He just he couldn't handle it, and he wasn't making the correct plays fast enough like he was doing in single and double, and I was kind of able to take advantage of it. So that's, I think that's something that's worth mentioning. And that's why you always see players who are really good often make comebacks, because they get really unlucky in single, and then they're able to like outplay their opponent in double and triple, if that makes sense. So we're going to Collector here. Okay, he's got a kind of a strange deck thus far. I mean, he has Spear Goblins and Night Witch in the same deck. I can't think of anything that has that combination, but because he has Lightning, it's making me think that there is a good chance that this could be Golem or something, but then again, what kind of a Golem deck has Spear Goblins in it? So I'm just kind of... Okay, he just played the Golem late. I don't know how he messed that up, but that just happened. It's like the type of thing, it's like you had one job to do and you somehow messed that up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Maybe he lagged, maybe just a little slow with the reaction time, but quite a incredible start for me. I don't know what more we could really ask for than this. Alright. Well, I mean, it's pretty much over, because I feel like unless he, you know, he really has to take my tower in, he probably just has time for one or two more pushes. Our mini P.E.K.K.A should do a nice job. He's not going to have enough to play a Lightning anytime soon, because he just went for Golem Night Witch, so it's just not possible. And then our Queen is just going to do an incredible job here. Cleaning stuff up. Or is it? I'm actually going to Expo in this lane. I'm getting a little scared about defending now. Okay, so why did he Golem in the right lane? Sir, you could have just gone for a high Golem in the other lane. Don't understand that. That was interesting. so now we just need to cycle a couple logs, and we're pretty much good to go. I don't even think this is that good of a matchup, but I think he just had a horrible start, so we were able to capitalize off of that. But then again, this Golem variation he's using, like, no one even runs. Like, I don't know what Golem deck this is. Like, so this guy just woke up one day and decided it would be a good idea to put Spear Goblins in a Golem deck? I don't know, it's like a hybrid. It's like a cross between Golem and Cycle. Like, what, like, everything else makes sense, but it's like, why the Spear Goblins, you know? Helps me out, because that's the only thing I'm going to log in the matchup anyway. Alright. 5 more to go. No issues so far, but that could have been scary if we didn't get that lucky start we had in that last one. So, yeah, because Golem typically does well against Expo. Even if you had Tesla for Mini P.E.K.K.A., it would still be really hard with this type of Expo deck. So he's got Archers. So this could be like Expo versus Expo, except he's using 3.0. It's looking like that probably is going to be the case. So I don't even know who has a matchup here. I do know that our pumps are probably going to get some good value. I don't know if it's even safe to go for a Collector, though, in single elixir, because I feel like he would just go... Actually, wow. I'm going to Collector. I don't know why he did that. I don't really think a defensive Expo is a really good play when you're against... Maybe he didn't know I was using Expo Pump. That's probably why. And this is great, because he just used his Fireball, so I can go Queen now. And then I'm probably even going to go Expo, because we just got one Elixir, and he also went for Defensive Expo, which I think was not... Okay, that was a really horrible Electro Spirit. I failed that pull, but it's fine. That's a huge lock, and if he Fireballs this, I'm going to immediately go for a Collector. I don't think he will, but I still might do it anyway, although, I don't know, it's a little risky just because I don't want him to go like Expo at the bridge, and he probably will, considering I just got all that damage, so I'm actually going to hold off on the Collector. Let's see what he's going to do now. Okay, we're going to do this because he's not going to have a lot of Elixir to support the Expo, and that's just going to get eaten alive by the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and yeah, that is maybe a good game now, I could pretty confidently say, because now that we're in double, I think it's even better for us. Usually, Elixir Collector decks tend to do better as the match goes on, especially when we're against a cheaper Expo variant, where I feel like his main chance was... Okay, that was interesting. I mean, I get the idea behind doing that, but I don't think that that's a good use of Elixir, since it's an even trade and the Collector still ended up getting damage, so it definitely... Okay, he just... This guy does not... Oh my goodness, he just missed the Expo with the Fireball. Yeah, that was kind of the final... that was like the nail in the coffin for him. Alright. Well, that was easy. Probably not as easy as it otherwise would have been if he, you know, well, you know, he did a couple things he probably shouldn't have, but probably not that bad, because you have the Queen and the Pump, which do pretty good against Fireball decks. So, 8-0 now. We're, making some good progress here. Just 4 games to go. See you guys when we find the next one. Alright, so we found our next game here. We're 8-0. We're doing really solid. So let's go Fire Spirit at the bridge. He's going to go Tombstone. So we'll just log this, get rid of it. Why not? I didn't really... Some people go Expo when their opponent drops a Tombstone, but I think, like, especially since I already cycled a Fire Spirit, I don't really want to do that. It's a little risky. So Zappy's Tombstone... Oh my goodness, I am not liking the sign of this matchup. Giant Skeleton is not exactly what you want to see when you're running Expo, let's put it that way. Kinda now at this point I'm praying that this guy doesn't have an Earthquake. Okay, the fact that we got the Queen activation again is so clutch. Though it's like you always get it like just in time. I'm scared that this guy has a freeze or something. But that was a pretty questionable graveyard. Like, I don't think that was a very good play. Like, he didn't have a tank. Okay, I'm gonna Collector again for sure. That was, I think that was a really bad play by him. I don't know why he went for that graveyard. If he wasn't gonna freeze, it just didn't make any sense. If he froze, it might have, because then I would have had to overcommit on it, and the skeletons would have helped take out the Collector, but... Oh no, he has a Fireball. I kind of wish I had known that before I gave him all that value. Sadly, I think that giant skeleton bomb is going to hit the Expo. Luckily, though, we're getting some really solid damage still. I can't complain with that. I think we can Collector in the middle, because it's pretty easy for us to space stuff out so he can't get Fireball value. Whereas if he has Lightning, it's probably better to play it in the back. And when they have Graveyard, you don't really want to play it next to your tower, because then their Graveyard can hit it. So he has a... What the heck? So he actually does have a freeze. I'm going to Collector again. That was so aggressive, and I don't want to Expo yet, because he still has his giant skeleton in cycle. Okay, why did he just cycle it? Now I'm definitely going to go Expo. And he played that late. I don't know what happened there. Just do this, and we're looking pretty solid now. Probably go for another Elixir Collector. We have 3 down now. Wow, this is typically not a good sign for your opponent when you got 3 Elixir Collectors down, so hopefully that's the case for us. I was just about to Elixir Collector the bridge, because I had the wrong card selected. Okay. I think I'm going to go for a defensive Expo here, just because... And this might be my last Elixir Collector of the game. The one I just played. Because now the game... These Inferno Drags are really annoying, actually. Ooh, he cannot let that Expo lock on. Yeah, that guy, kinda, in my opinion, could have won that for sure. He's yawning, yeah, I get it, you know, Expo's kinda boring, I've been there, I know, but he definitely could have won that. I truly believe he could have won that matchup, because Giant Skeleton is just so annoying to play into, you know, and I'm sure a lot of you Expo players watching can agree with me when I say that, especially after the buff it got recently. That's probably, if I had to say the most annoying card to play against with Expo, that's probably one of them. That definitely is top 3, I'd say. Golden Knight is also in the top 3, but just in general, that card is annoying to play against, so. I'm gonna Expo here. I think he's probably using... that, yeah, he's running that minor control deck that we played against earlier in the Grand Challenge. So we did manage to beat it, but I think it's not, like, really easy. You have to... What, his name is Stop Being Racist? Well, I mean, I guess that is a good name, technically. Just an interesting name to have in, Clash Royale, but, anyway. We'll just go for, that there. We'll just go for a Fire Spirit here to distract, and then Skeletons just to make sure the Dark Prince stays off. There we go. And let's see how he chooses to defend this mini P.E.K.K.A. I think we could probably go for a Collector here, because if he chooses to go for a Rocket on top of it, I probably... Okay, wow, he does. I probably could go Expo, because he's going to be pretty low on Elixir. I just have to make sure that I go for a mini P.E.K.K.A. with it. Okay, he's actually got a Tesla. He doesn't even have an Inferno. That's probably... I don't even know if that's better or worse for me, to be honest. I think we can go Queen here because he's pretty low on Elixir, and I don't know what he's going to do, to be honest. He's probably going to have to Delivery. Yeah, so he does do that, but we still get damage. Nice. So this is an incredible start to this game. I couldn't really ask for a better start, to be honest. We overwhelmed him really well. So maybe I'm starting to think this matchup might not actually be that bad. Pump is just kind of... Because I can tell you for a fact, normal Expo, this is not that easy of a matchup, but maybe with Pump it makes it easier. Then again, though, that was a really bad Tesla. I definitely think he's making some mistakes, but yeah, he's not very happy right now. I don't blame him. I kind of feel bad because this is kind of a... It is an annoying deck. I know, it's like Expo Pump, but... Hey, it's fun. When you're the one using it, it's fun. That's all I'm going to say. This is a fun deck, but I've also lost against this deck a couple times in Grand Challenges. That's part of the reason why I'm running it right now. Like, but it's a fun deck, you know. I'm, kind of enjoying it. I'm realizing as I'm playing it right now. So we can just log this. Just go for an Electro Spirit here, Fire Spirit, and yeah, that's it. He's not very happy, but I'm pretty happy, so that's all that matters. Yeah, I guess this deck actually does do pretty good against Minor Control. I mean, we beat it 2 times pretty easily. Although that first guy, he was doing fine. He just kind of choked in triple. So then again, I don't know. Alright, I'll see you guys when we find the 11th game. Alright, so are we going to go undefeated this Grand Challenge? That's the question. Or am I going to choke and we don't even win it? Good reaction time. Hog doesn't even get a shot. I'm pretty impressed with that because that was his first Hog of the game too. So it's like I wasn't... Okay, so if this is Hog EQ, this is going to be tough. Well, luckily it's not. He's got a Fireball, so that's great for me. I'm happy to see that over the EQ, because EQ, pretty much, if someone's using EQ or Pig's EQ, and if they lose this matchup, man, I don't even know what to say. I mean, let's just put it that way. I'm going to Expo here. I'm going to go Mini P.E.K.K.A. to predict... Okay, I was going to say a Cannon, but that's even better. Yeah, so a pretty OP play with this deck is to go for, like, dual lane, like, pressure. So Queen in one lane, because they obviously have to overcommit on that, and then the Expo they have to as well. So even though he just defended that, he just had to pretty much empty his entire Elixir bar. So we can go Collector here and get another free Elixir, because even if he decides to Fireball this, we get a +1 trade. So he's going to go Hog. I was going to say, if he went Prediction Log, that would have, even though it would have gotten him damage, it probably would have been a bad play, because I don't know how he would have been able to stop this, basically. Yeah, he's in quite a lot of trouble right now, because even if he defends this, which I don't even know if he will, I'm about to get another Collector down. We're just overwhelming him at this point. Yeah, look at all that damage we got. And the best part is, we can just Collector again, and probably... This is the second guy in a row laughing. I'm sorry, it's just too funny. Like, I feel kind of bad, you know? Oh my gosh, the same thing happened again. No way. Oh my gosh. It's just like you already know what they're gonna do, you know? Oh my gosh. I kind of feel bad for this guy. It's kind of funny. Oh, he actually... Okay. He did predict it. We do reset, though. Nice. I feel like I just have too much Elixir. I don't even know what to do with it, you know? Like, that's kind of how I feel right now. Bro, it happened again. Come on. Like he predicted it again. I gotta stop doing that. Collector again, though. Yeah, let's chill a little bit. Okay, nice. We didn't fall for it that time. Tell you what, let's go Defensive Expo here. We're just gonna set ourselves up. We're gonna go Queen. Okay, that was, I think, a pretty bad Fireball, if I'm being honest. I don't know why he would Fireball that, and he needs to be Fireballing the Elixir Collectors. I don't know what he's doing. I just realized I had 2 Elixir Collectors next to each other, and he didn't Fireball them. That's part of the issue. Like, if you don't Fireball the Collectors... I know it gives you a +1 trade still, but at least I'm not getting a +2 trade, and you get tower damage. That was kind of bad, but it's like it doesn't even matter because I just have so much elixir. It's kind of crazy. Okay, probably Defensive Expo again should be the play here. And if he's smart, he cannot Fireball this Defensive Expo. Like, it would not be the play for him. We might be chilling here. He's probably going to go Hog, so we need to get a Queen down. Why did he Hog the Expos? Oh my gosh. I felt like... Yeah, oh my gosh. I feel bad for these guys. This deck is just so toxic. Because I swear that guy could have won that, but it's just... People do not know how to play against Expo Pump. Maybe I don't either, because I lost to a couple... Mohammed Salsa. Salah, okay. I feel like I've seen this guy's name before. I mean, obviously, no, it's not Mohammed Laid, obviously, but the name looks familiar. So, 11-0. Maybe we go undefeated. Go E-Spirit here. I'm going to go Pump. Let's see what he wants to do. Skeleton King. Alright, that's kind of annoying. Don't really have a great counter to that. Then again, most decks don't, unless you're running Valkyrie. That's like probably one of the only things that actually counters it. So it's looking like it is going to be Graveyard, though, which in most cases is a pretty good matchup for Expo, especially if they're running Splash Yard, which he is. So we're going to get some damage here, which is great. 3.0 hard counters Splash Yard, so that makes me think even though we're not using 3.0, it should still be a pretty solid matchup. I knew he was going to Tornado that, and I still activated the ability. Oh, okay, never mind. It was worth, because we got a shot. Fire Spirit here. I'm going to go Collector. And if he goes Graveyard here... Okay, yeah. I don't even know if that was a good play, actually. I was ready for that, and I don't think it was good because... Yeah, and that activation was really aggressive. I think we could probably just go... Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going Expo, like, in this lane immediately. He has to be low, and he doesn't have a Skeleton King in cycle. So I feel like he's in a lot of trouble. I'm going to go Queen at the bridge. We are up a lot of Elixir. I don't know what he's at, but I know that we're up. So he Tornadoes that back. This time around I waited, so that's good on my end. We can go ahead and pop the ability of the Queen. Unfortunately, he did stop it, so it was a good play on his part. We'll Collector again. Got 2 down. Cycle Skeletons. Go Expo here. And then probably Queen, because he doesn't have his Poison in cycle. For the time being. Also get a mini P.E.K.K.A. down to take out this quicker. And there we go. We get another Expo connection. Probably hit him up with an Expo here. We have the Queen alive still. Ooh, that's great. The Expo targeted the Ice Wizard instead of the... Okay, he did activate. I was going to say if he didn't, that probably wouldn't have been smart, because you would have gotten some good value from that activation. Although, did he really? It didn't look like it. Wow, this matchup seems really easy, even with the pump. So maybe it counters it almost as hard as 3.0 does. Wow. Yeah, we won. I think it's over. I genuinely think this is over. I don't want to jinx it, but I think this is it. I mean, he's struggling right now. Yeah, that's game. Wow. 12-0. 12-0. Expo Pump OP? I mean, this is like my first time playing it too, by the way. I mean, jeez. Who would have thought? Alright, 12-0. Great video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for the recommendation. It was actually fun. I genuinely enjoyed this deck. Haven't played something kind of off meta like this in a while, and it was actually fun. It worked out. So, you know, thank you guys for the suggestion. Like I said, if you guys want to see, you know, me win grand challenges with certain decks, let me know in the comments and I might use them, because the reason I ran this was because of you guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like the video if you guys did end up enjoying it. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. And my next video will probably be on the Sudden Death Global Tournament, which I'm looking forward to. One of my favorite Global Tournament game modes. I like it way better than like the Rage mode and Triple Elixir. Those are probably my worst favorite ones. Sudden Death is probably one of my favorite ones of the different game modes. And yeah, ladder video probably soon again. Maybe going to 8100 because I already got to 8K and I wasn't recording, sadly. But yeah, doing really well on ladder right now. So yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.